It don't matter. It don't matter. You got the logos on your side, Shazzy. I believe in you. Let's go.
Right, okay.
I believe in Shazzy too. Actually. I'm actually on Shazzy's side on this, if I'm being honest. But my question is, when it comes to religion, I cannot seem to find someone or a religion that says, yes, this is how it should be, this is actually real. And then you compound that into the fact that there are so many religions. So there's Hinduism, there's Christianity, and even within the within the God or Jesus side of things, there's so many different denominations. So it's like, okay, what's real? Well, what's actually the truth? I don't know.
Open yourself to God.
I'm just trying to figure out what it is.
What were you brought up? Your religion. What were you brought up as?
So in my younger years, so I was in first and second grade of school. I was in public school. My parents moved me to a private, aka like Christian school from grade 3 to 7, and then I went back to a public school. Generally in this country, in Australia, private, aka like Christian and Catholic and religious schools are generally deemed as higher quality, and that's why a lot of people would take their children to that. But we'd very rarely gone to church or anything like that. I think the last time I went to church, honestly, was maybe when I was 13 years old. I'm now 38. And granted, I'm not like completely closed-minded to it, but the other thing that really did my head in to a degree was that my nephew, who's now 4 years old, when he was christened by my sister and brother-in-law, said, "Oh, we're only christening him," and we lied to the priest that, "Oh yeah, we want him to learn God and all that sort of stuff," is because they want to put him in a private school, which is the best quality school around our town.
It shouldn't be forced.
True. And I don't think any religion should be forced. And if anything, if you're trying to force religion, I think that's actually
makes them rebel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like having the people knock on the door and go, "Oh, hey, have you learned in God, or have you, do you know about Jesus or Allah or whatever, whatever religion there is?" And it's like, I'm sick of people chucking crap on my mail and knocking on my door. Just take a hike.
But you don't trust them. You just follow your heart, because God is in there. If you have love, you have God. Do you not love anything?
So I love my family. I love my girlfriend. Right. I love the people that are close to, like, even friends that are close to me, not even obviously not bloodborne. Like I have a very small friends network, and by that I mean I've got probably 3 true friends that I would say.
Well, I had one
for more than 15 years. Actually, my best friend I've known, I'm 38. As I said, I've known my best friend for 31 years, and we're still close to this day. He went through 2 divorces. He's got kids. I'm godfather to them, and we're very close. So I don't necessarily think that family even necessarily.
If you were taught your morals when you were growing up, like I was taught my morals, by my father, not my mother. I think my mother was a bit of a DJ, but I lost my father when he was 52. My world collapsed, when he did. But and then when I was 13, I did my catechism, and I had to, over here, Church of Ireland and the Catholic Church are nearly the same. The only difference is we don't confess our sins. But I had to wear the white dress and all when I was confirmed.
Why do you not confess your sins?
Because I'm Protestant, I'm not Catholic.
Do you see? And again, this comes from probably a state of ignorance, but why do you not confess your sins to be forgiven?
Because with the wars and whatever else, Ireland changed and it split. It was Catholic mostly, right? And then people came, and it was the Roman Catholics, and then us, where we changed it to Protestant. King Billy changed it to Protestant.
Gotcha.
So
Terry, can we have another 5 minutes? I'm really interested to hear this.
You can continue the discussion. It's just that it gives you like just used to alone kind of thing. Because like I said,
that's what I want. I want a 1v1 more than that. That's the only reason I asked, because I'm very interested in this.
Yeah, but like the reason why I don't charge for the 1v1s is because it's like it's more so just kind of like as a tool, kind of like if there's a lot of over talking to pace the conversation.
No, you're fine. It's been very interesting to listen to and to hear and exchange back. Look, like I said, I'm I guess agnostic by definition, but I'm not. A lot of people say I'm conflicted, maybe.
If you had known what I've been through all my life, I still love men and I still love God. You know, where I should be 6 foot under. To be honest, I should have been 6 foot under. But what I've been through, but God has kept me going. My kids have kept me going. You know, my grandkids keep me going now. So
and I'm glad you're still here, and your words are very strong, and I definitely feel the passion on what you're saying.
I'm not a staunch Christian.
The real problem is that we can't. We're not going to be able to switch your
I definitely think
opinion.
You're strong. Well, no, see, that's why I think you're actually wrong, sir. Is that you can't potentially switch my opinion. I'm trying to dig into why, and I guess it comes from my personality and mindset.
It comes from a journey. It starts from a journey.
I understand.
You have to want to know. You have to.
No. And I'd like to just, as a caveat, potentially, is that my mindset and personality is very hyper analytical. So I deep dive into every single variable that I think is even remotely possible. It's what makes me great in my career, but it's a flaw personally, like in my personal life. And
I think
I'm
just
completely open and vulnerable to that.
Don't dig with us.
When you shut your mouth for a little bit,
we can't help you. You got to look. You got to dig. So people who actually can give you answers. We can only give you antidotes, like So
I can only give
antidotes.
I can only give the experience of what I've had, you know. But I don't want to. I wouldn't want to Bible bash anybody because I hate it. Yeah. But I'm just giving you my experience of life.
Absolutely, and for not 1 second do I think that you've been Bible bashing me for a single second in our exchange.
I definitely wouldn't do that. I hate it.
No, I know you wouldn't, and I've felt that throughout our conversation. And to Angry Amputee's comments in the stream, like I get that, you know, keep coming around. You know, keep coming yourself and speak easy and whatnot, and I might find where I'm going.
I appreciate you being honest about it.
Right. You're double your age, right? You're double your age, and you have faith, and you have children, and that's the only thing that's kept you going, right? Think about that. Think about that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but I don't have children. I think the one thing between myself and Shazzy, and granted, you know, I'm a touch bit younger, only by a hair.
Yeah.
Granted, especially if if we.
You wish.
I'll just hang on 1 sec. I'll just give you a thing. So, hello.
Hello.
Yeah. It's probably like, you know, it's probably like 4 years between us, something like that, if I was to be generous.
BB. When are we done? When are we dancing next?
Probably.
BB, we had a chance to dance there for 5 minutes and you didn't even ask me to dance.
Unfortunately, but my point being...
We had a chance to dance. We will dance. I'm just trying to teach these young fellas that it's not just all about attitude or being right all the time. Like there will be life experiences that push you through to a different choice or a different point of view, right?
Bad life makes you stronger. Bad life makes you stronger. It really does.
And I think that's the part of our like religious faith. And
my crest is a lion, you know?
Yeah, but where we diverge to a degree, I think, Shazzy, is that you were saying like in your darkest hour, you turn to God and your faith, and that's what gave you strength.
My kids give me the strength.
Did God or your family? Did God and faith give you strength? No?
When I was on my own, it was God.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying is that, and not to take away from the other things, but the point I was going to make is that, your faith in God and your faith in God and your religion is what gave you the strength to get you out of the darkest of times.
Yeah,
where I come from in my experience, if I compare that to my darkest of times and where I was in a deep dark hole, and I have been, and I'm not going to go into it. I'm not seeking sympathy, but and I'm not even saying it's even 50. It's equal. Your suffering and your bad experiences aren't necessarily equal to mine. I'm not saying I'm not. This isn't. Well, we're not trying to scale this like an accountant, but my point being is that you used, to a degree, faith in God to get you through those times. When I was in a similar hole, whether it's equal or not, won't go there. But to me, it's either I get out of this or I'm done.
Yeah.
So
because I had nothing else. I had nothing else beyond that.
Could I for a second?
In my mind.
I asked the question in the chat, are you looking for religion or are you interested in the mind of God? And so essentially what I'm saying when I'm asking that is that you can't hide from God if he is real. So when you're speaking, right, essentially, if you want to hear God, in order to hear him, you'll have to listen. Now, in order to see him, you'll have to open your eyes. And so essentially what I did for about the first 25 years of my life was I listened and I watched. I listened and I watched and I listened and I watched. I really didn't talk a whole lot. I was literally a quiet guy when I was young, right? And so as I grew into my 20s, I began to believe that he is real, because as I continued to listen and to watch, I saw and I heard certain things that lined up with the scriptures. It wasn't like, just like some obvious thing.
Not only the scriptures, but you're very understanding, right? Right, Clay?
I know.
Well, I also pray specifically for wisdom. Like if it is a thing to know the mind of God, then surely he is wise, and for that wisdom to be passed on towards me.
Yeah.
And so that was the thing that I was asking for. Like, if it is real, one, show me. One, let me hear it, and pass that wisdom for understanding. But if you listen, but you're talking, it's not going to work out. So, when people are telling you their experiences and that sort of thing, that's a little piece. But really what I see when I look out into the world, I look at this world and there's life everywhere. And the key factor in that is that every time I see something die, I see more life. Right.
Or even when it lives.
Every time there's a death, there's a birth somewhere.
Like
go ahead.
If one thing died, right, and then everything else died with it, I could say, it kind of makes sense that there is no God. I would probably be atheist. But a continuance of life actually happens. No matter what dies, another life is
born,
created.
Yep.
Trees, the plants, the animals, human beings. These things provide for me anecdotal evidence that builds up to a viewpoint, an opinion, a belief that he is real. So just like what I'm saying is, are you looking for religion, or are you trying to know the mind of God? Because if you're trying to know the mind of God, that is something that you'll need to listen and look for.
Yeah, no, I don't think that I'm looking for the mind of God. I'm just looking for evidence that he's there to begin with. So,
it's all around.
Can I just explain? I know God's there, right? Because in my 20s, when I had my kids, I died twice, right? He brought me back both times. Then 14 years ago, Sharon had enough. Okay. And Sharon woke up 3 days later. But I'm telling no lie. I know it was God bringing me back again because I didn't want to come back, right? I had enough. But my daughter was pregnant then, 14 years ago. And I promised on AJ's life that I would never, ever
God pulled you back.
Do that again, ever. And God pulled me back. So, yeah, I know God's there.
Well, I'm glad you're still here, and many blessings to your family from an agnostic. Yeah. Apologies if that's offensive coming from an agnostic, but point being, I'm glad that you and your family are okay to this day.
Oh yeah, definitely. So and I sinned big time. Like that was the biggest sin ever. So I've been paying back since. But I'm willing to pay back.
Sure. So vintage. Like, would you concede that like everything in reality experiences change?
Absolutely, that's the core of evolution.
Exactly. Yes. So one sec. What causes that change?
Further knowledge, empirical evidence, experiences.
But no, the fact that like that change affects everything, not only like everything now in this moment, but everything that ever will be, and everything that that law or whatever, that law is all powerful. Like that law is infinite. That law is eternal. That law is all powerful.
Yeah.
That law.
So that's different variables change at every given moment in time. So,
I call it the logos, but oh shit, no, Haku was. I already gave him the introduction, but yeah, Haku, welcome back.
Hi, Haku.
Hi, Haku.
So where I come from is that it's I'm trying to figure out how do I deal with this. This is a very interesting conversation. You guys are really giving me some thought, and
I think I got him, boys. I think we got him, boys. Join the club, bro.
I appreciate you guys. Honestly,
Machiwa, Reggie. Machiwa.
That was a good spin of the wheel, Tariak, I must say.